morning, good morning. Today is Monday, January 18th, 2021. Coach Rich in the house. Woo, got a good one for us today. All upper body, a lot of pushing, a lot of pulling. We're gonna warm up with some mobility work and a little shoulder care move called a Cuban press. Get the shoulders nice and warm and strong. And then it's gonna be two main pieces. Our first main piece is gonna be some single arm pressing work, followed by some two-arm pulling work, and then some kind of functional press work as well. Our second main piece is gonna be a fly, a single arm row, and then a reverse fly. So we're doing two types of flies. A lot of good stuff for the accessory work of our shoulders, all good for posture stuff. And then we're gonna finish with just an arm blaster, some skull crushers, some alternating dumbbell hammers, and then some lat raises here. Let's just warm up the upper body real quick. We're gonna go big, kind of open with the arms. We're gonna just kind of alternate palms up, palms down. Just some big arm swings. Moving through our chest, moving through our shoulders, moving through our neck a little bit. Just nice and easy, nothing crazy. And then we're gonna do some up and downs here. So I'm gonna kind of alternate my arms, and as I swing my arms up and down, I'm pointing my thumbs behind my body. So I gotta rotate and make sure that my thumbs end up pointing behind my body. Yeah. Oh yeah, 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna come down to the knee here, and we're gonna be working just a little side bend. So I have my left knee down. I'm gonna squeeze my left butt. I'm gonna come up, and then I'm gonna bend toward whichever leg is in front. So I'm gonna go up first, I'm gonna glide towards you, and then I'm gonna bend. So I'll turn this way. My left knee is down, I'm gonna squeeze my left butt. I wanna feel a little hip flexor, and then I wanna feel some oblique and some lat as I bend toward whatever leg is in front. Hit about 3 to 5, and then we'll go ahead and switch. Oh, we're gliding forward. We're gonna squeeze the downside glute, big bend. Work into that oblique, work into the lat, work into a little bit of the hip flexor. One more time. From here, let's go into our cat cows. Nice, easy cat cows, round our spine. Exhale, arch your spine, inhale. I'm a big fan of these, as you guys probably can tell. We do these before nearly every single workout. And I just think it's just a good quick hitter, making sure the spine is kind of loose, it's lined up. Oh, and then from here, we're gonna add a little bit of rotation. So I'm gonna kind of sit back into a little bit of a child's pose. I'm gonna put one hand behind my back. I'm gonna exhale, I'm gonna turn up towards the ceiling. So I'm gonna put my hand behind the small of my back. I'm gonna exhale and turn towards the ceiling. Now the reason we're sitting kind of back onto our heels is when we're sitting back like this is called a lumbar lock position. So it really forces us to mobilize through our thoracic spine, where we actually can be mobile. Your lower back, specifically the vertebrae, they're not designed to really move a whole lot. They're much more designed for stability and support. Let's go into our half kneeling position real fast. Half kneeling flow. We're gonna go out, down. We're gonna turn one time towards the front leg, and then we're gonna position the arm inside, and we're gonna turn one time away from the front leg. Repeat one time on the same side. Push out, down, towards the leg, and then away from the leg. And then let's just hit that one time through. I should say, let's hit it 2 times through on the other side. Same flow. We're going out, down, one turn towards the leg, one turn away from the leg. Repeat one time, push away, down, one time towards, and then one time away. All right, so for our warm-up, it's just gonna be 2 moves. We're gonna be doing a bridge, a reverse bridge from our hands with a little bit of rotation coming across our chest. We're gonna be alternating sides, and then we're gonna be doing a Cuban press. So the bridge, we're gonna be setting up kind of onto our hands and our feet. We're gonna be bridging up, and then what we wanna do is rotate our arm right across our chest, We're gonna let our hips sink down. We're gonna switch hands, bridge your hips up, rotate across. My fingers are pointed behind my body. So my fingers are pointing backwards like this, and I wanna be very active through my shoulders. So when I bridge up, I wanna drive the heel of my palm through the floor. So I'm gonna be really strong through my post arm. I'm gonna push into the ground. I'm gonna rotate across my chest. I'm gonna come down. I'm gonna transition nice and smooth, go right back up, hitting the other side. So that's gonna be the first one. The second one, this is called a Cuban press. I recommend using really, really light weights on these. So 3 to 5 pounds is plenty. I'm gonna start with a nice narrow stance. I'm gonna draw the arms up to my like shoulder height here, so elbows up to shoulder height. Once I get here, I'm gonna pivot and I'm gonna rotate, and I'm gonna go up, down. I'm gonna stop once I get to shoulder height, rotate, and then down. So really, really smooth. Go up, rotate, press, stop, rotate. So you gotta make sure that when you get your elbows to shoulder height, that's when you're gonna stop, you're gonna hit the rotation, and then you're either going down or you're gonna go up, all right? 4 rounds, 30 seconds per exercise. We're gonna start on the ground with that little bridge plus the rotation. 30 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest. No extra rest today, no extra rest. All right, start with arms behind the body. Here we go, we're bridging up, rotate across the chest, we're coming down. Drive your heel of your palm through the floor, hips all the way up, big reach. We're trying to mobilize our thoracic spine here. We're trying to warm up and stabilize our shoulders here a little bit. Drive your belt buckle up towards the ceiling. Get a nice stretch through your trunk. All right. Grab your nice light weights. My mic is on today. I had a mic malfunction last week. Silly microphone. All right, my arms are starting at my sides. My stance is narrow. I'm gonna go up. I'm gonna pivot and rotate and press all the way up. Once I get my elbows to shoulder height, I'm gonna rotate back down and then down. Light weights on this one. Nice and smooth. Stopping at shoulder height, pivoting and rotating down. Nice, good, full range of motion. No excessive arching through the low back. Keep your core nice and tight. Nice. That was 1 round here. We're coming back down to the ground, working our bridge. Let's be very active through our shoulders here. If posting on the single arm is too much, just focus on driving up on 2. So if the big single arm rotation is too much, just kind of work coming up on 2. If it's feeling all right, you're gonna come up, drive through the arm, rotate across your chest, come back down. All right, driving through the heel of your palm, driving through your actual heels up as well. So I'm pushing through the heels of my feet, I'm pushing through the heels of my palm, I'm driving up. Oh, big twist coming over. All right, shoulders are starting to warm up a little bit. I want to make sure that when we get into our main work, our thoracic spine is moving pretty freely. Our shoulders are fired up, they're ready for some work. Cuban press, here we go. We're driving up, stop, rotate, and then up. Nice and fluid. We're not cheating through our low back. This Cuban press, this was made for a lot of high velocity throwers, but I find it's just an awesome shoulder care exercise for anyone that needs to kind of work on bulletproofing their shoulders, improving their posture. It just needs to be done correctly. I see a lot of people do that one kind of butchering it. So just make sure you're just rotating your shoulder and not cheating through anywhere else. All right, coming back down to the ground, working our bridge. All right, I'm gonna show you another variation on this set as well. So instead of coming across your chest, you can also go up and behind your body as well, kind of mixing up the angle. So if you wanna mix up the angle a little bit, you can extend up and over, promoting a little bit more extension through your chest and spine. Sometimes by playing with the angle of the movement, You might find a different angle that feels better or potentially worse on your shoulders. So it's always good to kind of explore some different ranges of motion, explore some different movements, see what feels good for your body. Every once in a while, you're gonna find something and it just kind of feels sketchy. You'll be like, whoa, that wasn't right. If the alarms are going off, then it's probably not right. And you know what I'm talking about. You kind of get into something and you're thinking to yourself, man, this could potentially hurt me. You're probably right. Your body is very attuned to self-preservation. It does not want to get injured. However, the longer you train, the more you can dissociate between just that uncomfortable nature of exercise versus this could actually hurt me. All right, let's do one more time through. One more time through. I'm gonna work that bridge coming over the top. I think that one felt pretty good. So I'm gonna come up and over. I'm gonna drive through my heel, my palm again, except I'm extending up and over the back. Working a little bit more extension. I'm still being very strong through my post shoulder. So I wanna be very active. I wanna push hard through that arm. I never want my shoulder to go slack and relaxed, especially when I'm in this extended bridge position. All right, all right. Let's get one more of those little Cubans in, and then we're gonna move on. Grabbing the nice light weights. Nice and smooth. Feet are narrow. We're drawing them up. We're gonna pivot. We're gonna press. Once the elbows get down the shoulders, we're gonna stop, rotate, and then down. So the key is just kind of taking your time, making sure that you get that full internal, external shoulder rotation happening at shoulder height. That's what really makes this move a little bit different. All right. Moving on here, crew. So our first series here, you're gonna need your bench. We're gonna be doing a single arm chest press. We're gonna be doing a supinated row, and then we're gonna be doing a lateral crawl to a push-up. Each exercise is gonna be for only 20 seconds. So 20 seconds, you're thinking you're probably gonna get somewhere between 12 and 15 reps. So in your head, find a weight that once you get to somewhere between, I would say 10 and 15, you're pretty well cooked. So don't choose a weight that's too light, don't choose a weight that's too heavy. So our single arm press, what we're gonna be doing here is using the bench or the ground. Your free arm is gonna be out to the side, make a good fist, draw the arm out to the side, exhale, press it back up. If you only have a light weight and you wanna make this one harder, what you wanna do is move your body towards the side of the weight. So if I'm holding the weight in my right arm, I'm gonna scooch to my right and get my right shoulder blade hanging off the bench. And this is actually gonna make my core work quite a bit more. All right, so we're gonna be working for 20 seconds. We're gonna do 20 seconds of a single arm press on the right. We're gonna take a little rest, do the same move on the left. If you got a suspension trainer, this is where you're gonna do your row. This is a supinated row, so that means your palms are gonna be facing out. So if you're doing your row, you're pulling out to your side, your palms are facing away. If you're not using one of those, you're gonna grab your dumbbells. Same idea. Instead of your arms being in at your sides like this, they're gonna be out and away. So I'm gonna be in my hinge position. You can do a 1 foot, like a staggered stance, or your traditional kind of chair position, but you're coming out to your side. So that motion is this way, not in close to that. So a supinated position. Our last move, a little more functional work. We're gonna come down to the ground. Whatever kind of space you have access to, I would say give yourself maybe like, I don't know, about 4 feet of space. I'm gonna get in the top of a push-up position. I'm gonna crawl, 1, 2. I'm gonna hit a push-up, crawl back the other way, 1, 2, hit a push-up. If a traditional push-up is too much, you're just gonna drop to your knees when you hit that push-up, all right? 4 rounds, 20 seconds per exercise. All right, let's work hard. We're gonna start with our single arm chest press. Single arm chest press on the clock. Woo! I should also note, we're gonna take a long rest after we finish all 4 exercises. So we're gonna be moving pretty quickly from one to the next. Once we finish all 4, we're gonna chill out for about 45. So push your weights today, all right? Single arm press on the clock. One, here we go. Nice big chest. Good, tight, stable core. All right, I got 11 there. I'm gonna take a little bit of a rest. I'm just gonna bring it down into my chest. I'm gonna hold it with 2 hands. I'm gonna use 2 hands to reset it. Ready? Here we go. Everything else should be nice and stable here. Your core is drawn in tight. All right, and then we're gonna transition quickly to our bent over row. So I'm gonna do my first set with my row here. Remember, the palms are facing your body. We're hinging over. And then we're right down to the ground with our lateral crawl to our push-up. So hopefully you're hitting somewhere between 10 and 15. All right, here we go, lateral crawl. 1, 2, 1 push-up. 1, 2, 1 push-up. All right, so our first round is done. If you got to the end of that set and you felt, man, that wasn't too bad, if you can, increase your weight a little bit. If you can't, you're gonna try to get a few more reps in. Let me take a little sip. Now we're taking this nice long rest here because we really wanna promote some strength. All right, so we wanna give our body an opportunity to recover a little bit. So when we hit this next set, we can give it near a full honest effort. All right, set number 2, here we go. 20 seconds of work, 12 seconds rest. Ready? Here we go. All right, I was able to get 1 more rep that time. I pushed it a little bit harder. I got 12 good ones. 12 good ones. Resetting on the clock. 1, here we go. 1. Woo! All right, on this set, I'm gonna use my suspension straps here. The motion is essentially the same as my bent over row with my hands. All right. Palms face away. Whew. And then our last one, guys, we're going into our crawl. Nice tight cores here. 1 or 2 crawls to one side, hit a push-up. Ready? 1, 2, push. 1, 2, push. 1, 2, push. If you need to, drop to the knees. Whew. All right, 2 rounds down. We're building up, we're getting stronger here. So by now, you've had 2 opportunities to see what pace you should be working at and what weight you should be working at. So round 3 and 4, this is when we begin, if you haven't already, to push your sets. All right, to really test yourself here a little bit. If you're feeling good, that is. If something's still not feeling quite right, let things warm up. Sometimes it takes time. All right, set number 3. Single arm press on the clock. 2, 1, here we go. Hit your numbers. Notice when I'm lowering this weight, I'm letting the weight kind of fall in towards my side. So I'm letting the weight drop down at about a 45-degree angle. My arm isn't in tight. My elbow isn't also directly out. It's right in that little slot there. All right, switching sides. I'm just resting the weight onto my chest, and then I'm gonna use 2 hands to reset it into place. Get it nice and situated, same idea. My free hand, I'm making a fist. I'm creating a lot of tension. I'm pushing the balls of my feet into the floor, and I'm keeping my core really, really tight. Remember, if you want to make this one harder, scooch outwards towards the side of the working arm. The farther that you're hanging off the bench, the harder that move is going to be. All right, set 3, I'm going back to my dumbbells. Again, my palms are facing out. I should say inwards, back at my body. And I'm pulling out and away with my elbows. Yes, and then back down to the ground. Back down with our crawl here. About 2 crawls one way, press, 2 crawls the other. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. All right, 3 sets down. 3 sets down, 1 to go. All right, we're feeling good. We're getting stronger today, guys. We're getting stronger. Woo! One more set. One more set. I didn't get the best sleep last night. My wife was like, hey, I want to watch this new show. It's on Showtime. It's called Your Honor with Bryan Cranston. And it was super intense. I'm not used to falling asleep to something so intense, which was probably why I couldn't fall asleep so fast. Here we go. Presses. Last set, guys, you gotta go hard. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Stronger today. Hey, hey. Ooh. Come on. Come on. Harden your mind. Harden your mind. Our bodies are much stronger than we realize. Much stronger. Much stronger. Get through those mental barriers and you're gonna find your strength has not been fully tapped. All right, last set, I'm gonna go back to my suspension trainer here, my TRX, into our row. Here we go. And then lastly, we're gonna hit our crawl. Lastly, hitting our crawl here. Core staying nice and tight. Ready? One press, crawl, crawl. One press, crawl, crawl. Lead with your chest. Whether you're doing your push-up from your knees or your feet, chest goes first, not your face. All right, moving on. Main piece, number 2. We're gonna be doing a chest fly. Chest fly is gonna be traditional cadence. Nice, smooth, controlled tempo. Imagine like you're hugging a big tree, a little bend in the elbow, squeeze your chest together at the top of the rep. That is gonna be paired with a single arm row. On our single arm row, there's gonna be a slight tempo, and that we're gonna be doing a 2-second pause at the top of the rep. Keep a little bit of daylight between your arm and your side, but your palm is gonna be facing inwards at your body. So more of a neutral grip with your row. If you're not using a bench to post off of, you're gonna drive your forearm into your thigh and kind of post off that. Keep a nice flat, stable spine. Abs nice and tight. So when I pull up, I'm driving my elbow back from my hip. Once I get up there, hold 1 1,000, 2 1,000 down. 1 1,000, 2 1,000 down. So good 2-second holds at the top. So we're going chest fly, we're going single arm row, right arm, single arm row, left arm, and then last one, go light para weights, reverse fly. Reverse fly, we're gonna go bent over position. Classic, palms facing in, good hinge, stance is nice and narrow. All right, weights should be nice and light. All right, so we're gonna go a little heavier on the row, a little lighter on the flies, both the chest and the reverse. Sets are a little bit longer in this set. We're going 25 seconds of work. This is again a 4-rounder though. All right, so 4-rounder again. Little 12-second rests in between each, and we'll take a nice 45-second rest at the end of the set. First move, chest fly, guys. Chest fly coming up on the clock in 10. Big chest fly. Keep your palms facing each other. All right, here we go. Open up like you're hugging a big tree. Squeeze your chest together at the top of the rep. If you're having little shoulder issues, be careful with your range of motion here. Start with maybe like half the range of motion and be very careful at the transition, meaning as you start opening out to coming back in, don't do that in a jerky fashion. Smooth. All right, single arm row, single arm row. Backs are flat, core is tight, arm drawn away from the body a little bit. 2-second pause at the top of the rep, here we go. Whew. Remember, this is our first time through. So after our first set, you got a moment to assess the weight. Did it challenge you appropriately? If not, you know what to do. Here we go, opposite arm, 2-second pause. Arm is drawn away from the side a little bit. Our chest is up, our core is tight. Two seconds at the top. All right, last one, reverse fly. Light weights again. Narrow stance, bent over position. Palms are gonna stay facing each other. Ooh, these are a little heavy. Ah, what do I grab here? All right, one down. I'm surprised myself. Oh yeah, you can do that, it's fine. Not. All right, So we've been through it one time. Now you should kind of know what that stuff feels like. So you're either going to bump your weights up a little bit, or you're gonna increase your cadence or your speed a little bit. So find something, if you need to up the challenge a little bit. If you couldn't finish those sets, then you might need to drop down the weight. Here we go, flies. Think about squeezing your chest together as you bring the weights together. All right, think about using your chest muscles. All right, into our row, into our row. Single arm rows, arm away from the body, 2 seconds at the top. 2 seconds at the top. Here we go. Backs are flat, chests are up, abs are tight. Woo! All right, breathe, breathe, breathe. Switching up, switching up. Backs are flat, abs are tight, 2 seconds at the top. Come on, y'all got this. Harden your mind. Push, focus. Yes. Come on, reverse fly. Reverse fly coming up. I'm gonna get this whole set this time. No quitting. No quitting, here we go. On these reverse flies, think about bringing your shoulder blades together. So don't let this leak up into your neck. Keep your neck in a good neutral position. Whatever position the rest of your spine is at, that's what my head should be doing. So notice I'm bent over, but I'm not looking up. I'm not looking down. I'm keeping my head kind of relatively neutral. And if anything, I'm kind of looking out and down, maybe about like 4 to 6 feet out in front of my body. So I'm keeping that good alignment, that natural alignment with the rest of my spine. And with anything, there's gonna be a little bit of a range. So if you like to look up a little bit, that's fine. If you like to look down a little bit, that's fine. We just wanna eliminate the extremes, meaning when you get bent over, you're not trying to crane and look way up at the ceiling, because that's when you're really gonna start jacking up those vertebrae of your neck, which is no good. You wanna keep your neck nice and happy and healthy. All right, back to our flies. Focus on your chest, all right? Think about your chest. Open up nice and smooth. Use your chest muscles to bring the weights together. Remember, if you're having some shoulder issues here, reduce your range of motion. So that means you don't come so far wide and you don't come so far down. So reduce, almost turn it into like a half press, half fly. That's actually a real exercise. It's called a power fly. So you don't even have to feel bad about it. We're back to our row. Come on. 2 seconds at the top. 2 seconds at the top. You should be feeling the back of your shoulder. You should be feeling your lats, all right? That nice, big, strong back muscle that gives you so much shape. All right, those are the muscle groups we're trying to feed into right here. Opposite arm. Back flat, core tight. Keep a little space between your arm and your side. flies. Nice big flies here. All right, so now think about that head position relative to the rest of your spine, moving through your shoulder blades. Whoo! Oh man, after those rows, smoky, smoky. All right, y'all, one more time through. Feeling good. So today would be a great day if you have time. I know some of us might not have the extra time, that's okay. Today would be a great day to supplement in some conditioning work. So specifically some cardio work today. So some walking, some running, some biking. All right, that will be good to add into a little bit of a, an upper body focus day later on. Maybe not right after this, but down the road. If you're really trying to whip yourself into some shape. Whoa, come on, coach, focus. Your mind is always want to go on the path of least resistance. And if you're not careful, if you're not being intentional, it will do that without you even thinking. So what I did right there, that was a perfect reminder to myself. Because without thinking, what did I do? I went right into an easy little chest press when I should have been doing a fly. And that would have been, your body says, oh no, you do it like this. Single arm row, 2-second pause at the top. Drive your elbow back for your hip. Keep a little space between your arm and your side. Back are flat, abs are tight. Back is flat. Come on, Richie. Switching up, switching up. Backs are flat, abs are tight. Whew. All right, one set of flies here, guys, one set of flies. Stay with it, weights are light, weights are light. Burn these out, burn these out, here we go. Ooh, you. All right, all right. Arm blaster coming up. Arm blaster coming up. So it's gonna be 3 exercises, 3 rounds. We're going with the dumbbell skull crusher, classic style. 3-second eccentric on those. So on the way down, 3, 2, 1. Keeping your elbows pointed straight up at the ceiling. After that, we're gonna do an alternating dumbbell hammer. So a hammer style, that just means your palms are gonna be facing each other and you're going alternating style. You can probably go a little bit heavier on those. Our last one, it's gonna be a lateral raise. While you're repping one, you're gonna hold the other at the top of the raise. So I'm gonna grab some lighter weights. I'm gonna begin with both of them up. Lower one, rep one. That is gonna burn. All right, so those are our 3 things. Dumbbell, tricep skull crusher, 3-second eccentric, alternating hammers, and then a hold one, rep one, lateral raise. 3 rounds, 30 seconds per exercise. No extra rest on these. 30 on, 20 off, 30 on, 20 off. We're gonna go 9 in a row, so 3 and 3. Alrighty? Alrighty. So we're gonna start with our skulls here. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rotate my bench a little bit so that you can see my form on the way down. I wanna make sure that my elbows are pointed up. I'm coming down slow. So when you finish and you come up, don't let the weights come out in front of your chest. You're gonna finish with those weights more over your forehead. And that's gonna keep more tension on the back of your arms. And that's what we're trying to work. Alrighty, y'all? Let's have some fun, let's work hard. All right, let's do this. So, dumbbell skulls on the clock. Dumbbell skulls on the clock. 3 seconds on the way down. So I'm coming down, 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna keep my elbows in. I'm gonna finish here, right over my forehead. 3, 2, 1. Go up fast. Squeeze and lock out at the top. 3, 2, 1. Whew, okay. We did those, and then now we're going to our dumbbell hammers. So dumbbell hammers, these weights are gonna start down at the bottom. And you're just going classic style alternating. Classic alternating hammers here. Palms stay facing each other. Good squeeze at the top of the rep. Trying to have very minimal body wiggle on these. So standing tall, keeping a little bit of tension through your core. Woo! All right, that felt pretty good. And then our last one, lightweight, lateral raise. While you're holding, you're gonna rep one, hold the other, rep one, hold the other. Whew. Chests are up, stance is narrow. Hands are just slightly in front of my shoulders. Ooh, burns. Embrace it. Embrace that burn. Feed into that burn. Come on. Ah. Ah. Whoo. All right. 1 round down, 2 to go. Back to the bench or the ground. Triceps. Skulls. 3-second eccentric. Take them down slow. Take them down slow. Ready, ready? Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Elbows staying close together. Go up hard, lock out, squeeze at the top of the rep. All right, skulls coming up, skulls coming up. Arms are feeling good. Arms are feeling a little pumped. Love it, love it. All right, alternating hammers. Stance is narrow, chest is up. Good squeeze at the top of the rep. Remember, today we're trying to build strength. So make sure you're getting to the end of these sets and you're thinking, man, that was spicy. If it wasn't, we gotta think about, hey, I need to order another pair of weights. You know, for a lot of my female clients, it helps to have, if you're using dumbbells, increments of about 2.5 pounds versus 5 pounds. Sometimes that 5-pound jump is a little bit too much. So if you're at a 15, you're thinking, oh, I can probably go a little more. Think about that 17 and a half before the 20. All right, here we go. Raise one, rep one. Coach got quiet. You know when coach gets quiet, I'm working over here. Last time, push it. Push these sets. Come on, focus on these triceps. 3 seconds on the way down. 3, 2, 1, drive up hard and fast. Elbows staying close. Woo-hoo! Oh, man, I'm sweating today. I didn't think I was gonna sweat. I was thinking, oh, a little upper body action. No big deal. Here I am, sweating over here. Dumbbell hammers. Let's finish it. Come on. Good squeeze at the top. Think about lifting that weight with your bicep, not with your shoulder, not with your forearm. Think about that bicep doing the work. All right, last one here, last one. Hold one, rep one, lateral raises. Hold one, rep one. I'm gonna turn this way in this set. My hands are gonna be just in front of my shoulders. Whew. Hold one, rep one. Good stuff, guys, good stuff. All right, let's do a couple stretches here. So, the first one I like to do is just a quick kind of forearm bicep stretch. If you can use the floor or a bench or your little coffee table, you're gonna press the heels of your palms into it, and then you're gonna rock backwards. So that's just a good quick hitter. Especially nowadays, you know, more that we're doing, you know, from our phones, our laptops, tablets, whatever. Just stretching out all those kind of tight tendons and ligaments of the wrists and palms, hands, forearms. One of my former clients, she was the executive assistant of this guy named Larry Ellison. Larry Ellison is the founder and owner of Oracle, which is a major software company. Long story short, she had this terrible carpal tunnel that we were always dealing with because she was literally typing for 12 hours a day. Anyways, next stretch we're gonna do is for our lats here. So I'm gonna use the side of my squat rack here, but if you can find something heavy that can hold your body weight, what you're gonna do is grab onto it and you wanna point your thumb down. So I'm gonna point my thumb down, I'm gonna sit my hip back, and then if I'm holding with my right arm, I'm gonna shift my weight to my right side. And what I wanna feel here is a nice stretch down from my lats, all the way into my QL, my quadratus lumborum, that kind of lower back muscle. And then just go ahead and switch sides there. Just sliding into it. So now I have my left hand down, I'm just sliding my weight to my left,
Nice stretch coming through my left lat. Whew.
Good work today, guys.